Oh my God, where do I start? My videos are absolutely so long. This is the third video I'm doing right now. I'm not even sure where to start. There's just so many pieces and points. How do we get from point A to point B? Is it a distance? Is there a lapse of time? Do I have to go high and outward? On what angle and in what speed? Okay, without ruining the tracks and the grip that I have? Am I pulsating from one area to the other? And no matter what's happening right now, I'm the pulse that's coming in. I'm the information. I'm already in the envelope. The envelope was mailed. Was there a stamp on the envelope? All these things are a reality of unknown factors because you can't imagine, but you have to imagine. How can I make this a prime number of 1 or a prime number of part of 1 fit into 7? So I take the calculator out. And I take the book out. And I see inside my prime 1, okay, that it takes 8 times 0.125. So I will go 7 times 8 equals 56 times 0.125 equals to 7. 5 times 5 times 5 times 8 times 7 brings you to the gateway. That is how we move 1.125, but it starts out at 2 times 5, then it's 4 times, and it becomes a quarter. And each level tells you something different and a different way and to enter another number. 1.5. To get to the next level, it's a multiplication of 1.5, not a multiplication of 1.25. See, 1.25 times, let me see what this is on here, times 125 times 125 equals to 625. 625 gets me to the next level. I don't want to be there. This will bring me into the Mayan cycle. I don't want to be here, so I'm going to multiply it 1.5 times 0.125 equals to 875. Now when I have that 875, I flip my page over and I show you the last 3 numbers here are 875. So that's how we bring 1 into 7. Multiplying 1.5 will get you to that in-between number. I'm going to show you some other stuff. What this is multiply 1.4 by 7 by 5 equals to 7. 5 and 7 energy in the gateway. Brings me to all these divided numbers. This one is the pig inside Mars. It's telling me over here, the one spirit of the half-life over here on the cube. It's hard for you to understand. Well, we're going to bring this full. How do you bring 85 to a perfect number? With these decimals, you add on 14 plus all those decimals to bring it to 100. You want to make it easier? Just say, because once you pass 1, this 4 is now between 4 and 5. This 1 is not 1, it's a 2. 8 and 2 is 10, 5 and 5 is 10. Earth matrix. 3 and 7 is 10, 9 and 1 is 10. The spirit, creation, and the gateway. Bottom part, through us. How the rotation is are all those decimals. 6 and 8 is the split. The communication, 9 lives of the cat coming through the moon, splitting of the 7th gate. 6 and 4, 10, 8 and 2, 10. The cycle. This is also 94, Uranus. Very important, your ass. And here it's reversed, and it comes back to the 71 gateway. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 brings you your silent GH, as in laugh, L-A-U-G-H. That's how we bring it to this. So that's section number 1. Section number 2, how do we find where we are? We have to have stable points. Between here and here is 15, but between this area is very special, okay, because the 90 is the difference. So I'm only going to move 10, and so do they do it in tennis. 15, 30, 15, 30 equals to a total of 60. Then they get to a total of 40, 40. They call it deuce. Add 1, add 2. brings you down to the next level. 2 above and 2 below. You have 15, you have 40, and then you have game. Where is your game? 57, 1, 57, 12, point what? 57 is the moon. So you're looking at 12 to go in here, 12.5, 575, 1.125 or 125, 1.25. And where can we get that 1.25? In which calculation? It's right over here. There's where we get that 1.25. We want to look at prime 2. Again, same numeric values. Prime 3, same numeric values. 48 times. But we don't have 16. 16 times what? 3 divided by 16. 16 divided by 3. No, 3 divided by 16 equals 2. Look at that. 875, 1875. And 875, so we can compare 3 to 7 when we divide it. There's going to be a few more pieces in here. We're going to continue on with this, and we are going to try and explain what I possibly can explain. Let me just get this a little bit bigger. Okay, now this is the roulette wheel. 25 and 12, 37. 19 and 18, 37. There's a skip over here, but 12 and 27 is that 39, connected to the gray area 37. So now we connect to 36 and 1, 37. 36 and 3, 39. 3 and 34, 30. So it's all 37, 39. And then when I take away the red, between 8 and 31 is 19. 39. Between 31 and 637 is 18. And all this is going to tell us a story. I don't know what the story is yet. I don't know where they need these numbers other than the dog pound. Other than 1, 8, 2, 2, 8. 4, 6, 6, 4, 0. Sorry, what number is this? Did I make a mistake with that? It could be I think it's a 10. 10 and 29 and 10, 39. 37, 39, 37. So they're all linked together. Inside, okay, I'm not sure if you can see this inside. I'm going to see if I can get an image that's a little bit bigger than this. Okay, here it is. Now, what I did here is I put lines according to the obligation. And the obligation was to connect my 0, to connect my 120, not my 180. I could not connect my 9 to this. I could not connect it like they do with the Rodin's coil. The 9 would connect here and over here in Rodin's coil. So I'm going to have to do another one according to Royal's coil and this. Now don't worry where the numbers show up over here, because this would be turning. Always turning direction. So it wouldn't matter. It's going to use up all the numbers. We have the what I did is I went from 0, I went out to this one over here, which was, I think it's number 30, and this one is number 60. So there's something different on every single level. The square, okay, is taken at the 45, and that would be my sun square. The X is taken at 30 degrees off of center. 30 degrees off of center. That means this 180 will be 150 on one side and 210 on the other side, explaining my birth. Seems like my birth happens between here and here, because that birth has to be 216. There's a period of time between the insemination and the birth of the child. And the reason I say that is because the 225 area, 225 times 3 is 675, times 2 is 1350, times 2 is 27. Okay, explaining the red sun, coming into the red sun. Anyways, all these numbers are telling a story. Then there's each side of the 90, 10 and 10. Just like in tennis, each side of the 90, I needed 10 and 10. This is the only place I can do the 10 and 10. If I did it anywhere else, the usage of the instruments in Microsoft Paint lets me do certain things, so I follow certain rules. I can go straight up and down here with a square just like this and take the 180, make it 170 and 190, but it doesn't tell me anything in my numbers as 210 does. If I add up 1 to 20, I get 2 10s in the darts. If I add up 1 to 15, okay, I get 120, as in the pool table. So I'm using obligations in games through life, and I put the single zero and the double zero roulette. I have the single zero on the outside. Now the thing about the single zero roulette is that in the every second number in this one, okay, will create the 3739, but it doesn't do that in the single zero. I'm going to show you what it does in the single zero. Okay, so the single zero roulette it's so much different. When we connect 26 and 13, both blacks, and 26 and 11, here is the gap. When I connect 35 and 4, 39, or 35 and 2, 37, here's the gap. What is that gap? So I put a circle around it, and each circle is explaining the gap in the numbers. And the more circles I put out to extend it, to connect where these connect, see, I would have one circle over here because it connects right over here, right? Where should I have these lines begin? Should I begin the lines dead center of the number? Should I begin the lines on each side of the number? Remember, I'm not going straight across. Or should I go straight across to the center and connect my line actually, like, I'm just going to give you one line right now. Whoop, there's my circle. I'm going to give you my one line through the center. It would be more like 26 would come, hold on a second, let me change this color to red. 26 would come out to here, and then 26 would end up over here. So we'd end up with about 25 minutes after the hour. If we started at, let me get this back here. If we started at 35, 35 would come to the center, and then 35 would go over to number 4. So then we'd go, that would be my angle over here. So we can have 35 also, and 35 and 4, it was 2 over here. It was 4 here, tick, 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 tick. Now there are 36 numbers. So what is the multiple of 60 divided by 36 equals 1.666 is that answer. So there's another formation where 166 fits in, and I'm not really sure where it is in my book. Where does 166 fit in? 166 here fits in. We have it over here. We have 18 times 1666 to bring me to 2988. I can't get the 3 creation through this, so it becomes a particle life. This multiplied by 1 1/4, I'm going to calculate that. 1.666666 times 1.25 equals 208. Okay, it's not what I wanted for an answer, but there's an answer inside of it. I'm not sure where it comes out. Give me a second to think. Irregardless where it comes from, mathematically, to make that number perfect, to fit into another perfect, 3, 6, and 9. And one of those numbers is in number 84. And 84 is 10 and 84, 84 minus 10. Jesus and 10, adding the addition to Jesus and Pluto equals 84, the son of man, 48, 84. Beta creation, alpha beta creation. 8 times 4, 32, equaling to 5. 8 plus 4 equals to 12. 1 and 2 is 3. And that is your creation through electric company. That is how it works. These numbers are the number on the alter current. And I call it the alter current, AC13IM, from Europe, because things turn. You go on the left side of the car instead of the right. You drive on the left side of the highway. And all these things, even the energy turns. So we had to make the system for it. And the roulette wheel is one of these pieces. So when we bring up the other kind of roulette wheel, when we bring up this roulette wheel, every second number, 19 and 18, and then 18 and 21, and every one connects, and the in-between to the 18 and 21 is the 6. I wish you can see this better. Can I do it this way? 1 second. Should I do it this way? Okay, the ways to create this is between the 18 and 21, the 7th inning stretch is the 6. Let me see if I can get this again. Between 16 and 23 is the 4. That's your 39. Here's your 37. Command and create through the gateway, and your birth is your 4 Delta Angle Electric Company. And all these numbers that come in between telling you the story in a pattern of 360. 360, let me figure this out, equals that number. Missing that 0.3. These are the pigs, my friends, some connected to another system. What I did here is I took 365 days, 0.47, because it creates the swastika, which crosses over 12,589. Your 89 versus your 47. High time Jesus on the cross. 72 is your 1-part cycle. 9 times 8, 17 is your gateway. The spirit through the 7th gate. The 7th gate, the gateway of heaven, is through Mars. Mars, Deimos, and Phobos connecting to Lunas, and they're all talking through the sun of Mercury and Venus. The planetary system, life, existence, for each its own territory, there is life. You can't grow if your feet were planted in the ground, yet the plant does grow, and the plant feeds us with whatever energies we get from these plants. You don't live in the ocean. You're not a wolf in the fields that bring together the harmonic system that let our forests and rivers flow. You are not this and you are not that, but you are this, and that is who you are. And that is what you know, and you can only assume by taking over all of life to study it for your own perception and understanding, but not the alternate reality and the truth of creation. Raphael, thank you for watching this video.